welcome to Mr. Giant Reacts and Ting and Ting and Ting. I'm Mr. Giant, back with another video, back with another reaction, and today we're going to learn about a Romanian top-tier tennis player, Simona Halep. Let's go ahead and check this out.
It was 1995. A 4-year-old Romanian girl, accompanied by her mother, visited her brother's tennis club. And it was here where she fell in love with tennis. It was love at first sight. She later revealed that she liked the ball bouncing on the racket and the voice it made. Though she was playing football with her neighborhood friends and handball at school, she was conquered by tennis. Welcome to the Rich Rabbit. And today we'll be talking about the life journey of Simona Halep. Halep was born on September 27, 1991 in Constanta, Romania, to Stair and Tanya Halep, who are of Romanian descent. She has a brother, Nicolae, who is 5.5 years older. Halep's father played lower division football for a small club and worked as a technician before becoming the owner of a dairy products factory. When Halep was 4, she started playing tennis after attending one of her brother's training sessions. Although her brother stopped playing the sport after a few years, Halep began practicing twice a week with local coach Ion Stan until she was 6, from which point on she practiced daily. She focused mostly on tennis, but also played football and handball while growing up. When Halep was 16, she moved away from her family to train in Bucharest. She began playing on the ITF junior circuit in 2005 at the age of 13 and finished runner-up at a low-level grade 4 tournament in Romania. Halep moved up to higher-level events in 2007. She won her first and only Grade 1 title at the Perrin Memorial in Umag in April. She also made her junior Grand Slam debut that year, losing in the 3rd round at the French Open, Wimbledon and the US Open. Halep improved her junior Grand Slam performance in 2008, her last year on the junior tour. Halep turned pro in 2006 and started her professional career playing low-level ITF events in Romania in 2006 and 7. In her first WTA tournament, she reached the quarterfinals at the Andalusia Tennis Experience. She defeated compatriot Sorana Cirstea before losing to Flavia Pennetta. This success at small events helped her rise from number 166 to 110 in the first set.
Man, this sounds like a slow grind to the top for her. I mean, she's just like grinded it out, you know what I'm saying? But I guess most of them do. But here's the thing about sports and, anything in that matter. People only see the end result when they're number 1 and the stuff like that. They don't see that grind to the top, man. That slow, you know what I mean? Trying to improve every day, that testing yourself. The mental strength it takes to do that, You go into a competition and you think you're going to win and then boom, you don't. The setbacks like that. Man, you got to be tough mentally to
The
deal with that
rankings
stuff.
in May 2010. Later that month, Halep made her Grand Slam debut at the French Open. She lost her opening round match in straight sets to Samantha Stosur after reaching the main draw through qualifying. For the first time, she defeated a top 10 ranked player in her career when she overcame Li Na of China, ranked number 6 in the first round of 2011 US Open. In May 2013, ranked career high 47, Halep had a great tournament at Internazionale BNL d'Italia, where she had victory over big names before going down to Serena Williams. In June 2013, she won back-to-back tournaments on different surfaces. She won the Nuremberg Cup in Germany on clay and then the Rosmalen Championships in the Netherlands on grass. In November 2013, she recorded her 6th win of the season when she beat Samantha Stosur of Australia in the finals of WTA Tournaments of Champion in Bulgaria. As a result, Halep became the only player to win titles on clay, grass, hard, and indoor courts. The same month, she was awarded the WTA's Most Improved Player of the Year for 2013. She was the second most successful player behind Serena Williams in terms of titles. In October 2014, she reached the finals of 2014 WTA Finals only to lose to Serena Williams in straight sets. In March 2015, she registered her biggest career title when she won the BNP Paribas Open, defeating Jelena Jankovic 2-6, 7.
Okay, now I thought I was a decent tennis fan back in the day. I have to admit, I didn't know much about her. I'm learning about her now because I kind of trailed off. But I'm not that big a tennis fan when I really think about it because all the tournaments and all those Grand Prix and all that stuff that they play in, I really basically just watch the French Open, Australian Open, the US Open. Uh, what's the other one? Wimbledon. So I'm watching the big stars play most of the time. You know what I mean? I'm not watching the people who grind like her to the top. And I thought I was a big tennis fan. I guess I was wrong. Because I mean, she's winning all these major tournaments and stuff, and big stars play in all these other tournaments, but you never really hear about them. You just hear about the five big ones. I think it's five, right? Yeah, that's crazy, man. She's out there grinding. So these people grind to become number one, number two, and stuff at all those tournaments.
5 and 6-4. The win took her to the forefront of year-end qualifying for the WTA Finals at Singapore. The 2016 season started with a number of injury issues. To start with, an Achilles injury prevented her from participating in the Brisbane International. Later, she suffered from nasal problem, resulting in first-round exit from the Australian Open. At the US Open, Halep made another Grand Slam quarterfinal, losing to world number 1 Serena Williams in a tied 3-set match. For a second straight year, Halep ended the season by failing.
You know what's when somebody hits number one, okay, I'm gonna use Serena Williams. Love her game. You know what I mean? But you ever play sports and there's this one person, this one person that you can't beat. They're so annoying. But it's not annoying that you want to hurt them or something, but they're annoying. You know what I'm saying. Okay, that one scrappy ball player, basketball player that could do all kind of stuff with the ball, you know what I mean? And you're good, you're in the top tier. But that little bugger, boy, you just can't control that dude. You know what I mean? It is so annoying. There was one time I did something I shouldn't have done. There was this guy named Fabian Ratty, we used to call him. Yeah, they call his father Ratty too. I don't know why they call him Ratty. But anyway, we were just playing a pickup game. And Fabian wasn't only good in sports, he was an exceptional student too. Boy, and he never played with shoes. Ratty never played with shoes. And the pitches on the island, we played at a place called Old Trafford. It wasn't that good, but anyway, Ratty was like, he was just joking me, boy. He was like, bam, 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 going around me, score. He irritated the crap out of me, so I just kicked him in the shin one time. I know it's not funny, but I was like, what, 13 at the time? That's how Serena Williams and or anybody on the top, Ralph Nadal, any one of them on the top, and you just can't do it, you know what I mean? And sometimes you get lucky and you do something and you beat them, but then other times it's just so frustrating. I could dig it, man.
To advance out of her round-robin group at the WTA Finals. She finished the 2016 season ranked number 4 in the world. For the second straight season, Halep had a slow start to the year. She once again lost in the opening round at the Australian Open to Shelby Rogers and did not win multiple matches at an event until the Miami Open in late March. Halep continued to produce strong results in the second half of the season. She made it to the semi-finals at the Canadian Open, losing to Elina Svitolina. However, she fared better at the Cincinnati Open, finishing runner-up to Garbiñe Muguruza.
Cincinnati Open, that's just right up the street. Cincinnati, beautiful city. I liked it. It was clean and it was beautiful.
But at the US Open, Halep was given a difficult draw in the first round against former champion Maria Sharapova.
Maria Sharapova, remember her?
Sharapova defeated Halep in 3 sets, ending her streak of reaching the quarterfinals at 10 consecutive events. Nonetheless, Halep rebounded and reached another premier mandatory final at the China Open. She defeated Sharapova during the event but finished runner-up to number 15 Caroline Garcia. Despite the loss, Halep became the world number 1 for the first time, taking the ranking from Muguruza. She's the first Romanian woman to hold the number 1 ranking.
All right.
Unlike in the 2 previous years, she started on a winning note at the 2018 Australian Open and reached the finals, where she lost to Caroline Wozniacki in 3 sets. Halep fought back from set breakdown to end her Grand Slam drought in Paris in 2018. She defeated Sloane Stephens in the finals to secure her first major title, and in the process became the first Romanian to win major in 40 years. Halep recovered from her back injury in time for the start of the 2019 season. She lost her first match at the Sydney International to the eventual runner-up Ashley Barty. She received a difficult draw at the Australian Open and lost in the 4th round to Serena Williams. With this result, she also lost the number 1 ranking. For the first time in 3 years, she didn't make it to the final at the French Open and lost in the quarterfinals. As a result, Halep fell to number 8 in the rankings. At Wimbledon, Halep made it to the final as the 7th seed. She did not face a seeded opponent until she defeated number 8 Elina Svitolina in the semi-finals. Halep entered the final against Serena Williams as an underdog, having won just 1 match against her in 10 meetings. Nonetheless, she won the championship easily in under an hour, losing just 2 games in each set. She became the first Romanian to win a Wimbledon singles title and rose back to world number 4. Halep started the 2020 WTA Tour at the new tournament in Adelaide, but lost in the quarterfinals to Aryna Sabalenka. In August, she won her 21st WTA title at the 2020 Prague Open, where she defeated Elise Mertens in the final. Her 22nd title followed in September when she beat an injured Karolina Pliskova in the Italian Open final. At the 2020 French Open, Halep was the heavy favorite. She won her first 3 matches in straight sets until losing to eventual champion Iga Swiatek in the 4th round. As a result, she missed out on regaining the number 1 ranking. After missing a fair share of tennis due to injuries, she returned to action in a Grand Slam as she defeated Camila Giorgi in straight sets in the first round of the 2021 US Open. The Romanian was eventually defeated in the quarterfinals by Svitolina. She finished the 2021 season at number 20. Previously, she had finished each year, starting with 2014, in top 5. At the Australian Open 2022, she reached the 4th round, but couldn't go any further as she lost in 3 sets to Elise Cornet. At the French Open, Halep lost in the 2nd round to teenager Chung Chin-wen. Halep's clothing sponsor has been Nike since February 2018. She signed a $1.7 million deal a few weeks after competing at the 2018 Australian Open without a sponsor. Halep did not have a sponsor because a deal with Adidas, which began in May 2014, ended at the start of the year. Halep uses Wilson rackets, specifically the Blade 98 model. Halep is sponsored by a variety of Romanian brands. She had a 3-year deal with Vodafone Romania that began in November 2014. She also appeared in Romanian commercials for Rexona. On September 15, 2021, she married a Romanian businessman, Tony Ayuric. And with that, it's time for us to call it a day. But we
Well, you know what? I like this thing. It just shows her life through tennis, pretty much. It gave the background of where she's from and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's like a stark difference how her life was compared to, let's say, the football players in Bosnia or Serbia or places like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a stark. Yeah, it's when you are, especially in sport, man. Oh, it could be anything. When there's somebody that's so good, nobody could conquer them, like Serena Williams was. It was so hard to beat them, man. You just like float in that upper tier, under that tier, that tier, that person in. Man, that's gotta be frustrating. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't know tennis was such a grind. Seems like they play a lot of tennis in Europe. I guess they play a lot of tennis here, but you know, she played in a lot of tournaments over there. Prague, you know, like all different types of places. And I'm assuming that a lot of these tournaments are really huge. I wasn't aware of the amount of tennis that they play. They play a lot of tennis. How long does the season last? Because yeah, I thought I was knew a lot about tennis, you know, but nope, I sure don't, man. Yeah, so I learned a lot more about tennis watching this video here. But you know, one of the few Romanians to be number one in the world, you know, win all these tournaments and stuff like that. Yeah. That's a kind of cool story there, man. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Drop a like on the video, comment down below. Tell me what you think. You understand what I'm saying? Thing. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's try to keep some love in this world, okay?